Okay. Do you see me?
No, but let me see. Support English. Oh, wait a minute. Join this video. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry, I have to click there first.
Oh,
now I see CARP.
I see your name. Yes.
Okay, by the host or by the participant. Okay, that's fine. Got it.
Okay.
I can see you now. Yep.
Oh, there you are. Oh, the beautiful beach behind you.
Recording in progress.
Oh.
Okay, you have to.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up from the phone. Okay. I can't hear you. Let me see. I have to ask to unmute.
And we should be unmuted.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay, so because you muted everybody, which is good, but yourself and I and Saeed, we should be unmuted. So I'm unmuted now. Unmuted.
Okay, good. And
so how? But the question I had: how do we do that with the question and answer period? I mean, I can say that they can put their questions into the chat box. And then we can read it at the end, in the end, the questions. Or if they want to speak, they have to unmute themselves. But I mean, I don't know how many people we have on there. They can't unmute themselves all at the same time. So can you see the people or the names under the participants? Yeah. So then we could just say Jenny or Michael or whoever.
I can see both on my screen. I can see the participants and the chat. So once they start, if you just type something in the chat, so let me see how that looks, please. Well, I can pause the record. I'm just going
to. We haven't started yet. Where's Saeed? Where is Uma?
Yeah, Uma. Yeah, I'm just starting it now, so I don't forget to do it after.
Yeah. So who is? I hope he can get in. Otherwise, just yeah. So how is that? Who's that? Mike Monaglios, etc. So I guess maybe coming closer to 1, or people will try it again. Technology is good, but of course, when it causes problem, it's a pain in the neck.
But, you now have 8 participants.
Yeah. Well, maybe I assume we will have a lot more, but we'll see. They should be coming in now. Is it 1 o'clock? It's okay. How long have you set it up? A little bit longer, the meeting?
Yeah, I've got it ending at 2:15.
1 to 2:15, yeah. And what happens if we come to 2:15? Will it shut itself off automatically quickly, or?
I don't know.
Okay. But because normally, if you have a paid account, it goes longer.
Yeah. So well, then it should then, because I haven't had a problem being on the other side of it before, so it should be all right. We'll see.
Yeah. So from my own experience, I've noticed that if you have that free account, then it cuts itself off automatically. So you have to tell your partners before, and look, we might be cut off all of a sudden. And that's what happens. But if you have a paid account, I've noticed that you can go over, the hour, whatever you booked.
Hi there, Uma.
Hello, how are you, everybody?
There's Uma.
Well, and you?
Hi, great. On a sunny or not so sunny day, warm but cloudy.
Above zero.
Above zero, we're happy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. you need to be made co-host, correct?
I don't know how Zoom really works. I just have a few slides to present. So however that works, let me have a look here.
Okay. Let me make you co-host.
Okay. How many joining today? You know?
Well, hopefully more, but there was a bit of a problem at the beginning that the host, when you clicked on it, a message came up, the host has another meeting, come and join at 1 o'clock. So some people might have gone out and etc. and now trying to get back in, which should be okay. So we'll wait a little bit to let everybody in, because I mean, normally we would have a lot more than what we have right now, you know.
Okay, no problem. We'll wait for a bit. So let's work out the technical details here. So when I try to share a screen, it says one participant can share at a time. So I'm not sure who the host is. Maybe you need to make me a co-host on that.
Janine is the host, and she'll make you the co-host.
I made you co-host, and now I'm gonna let's see.
Only you can share the screen.
Yeah.
No, I've just changed it to multiple participants. So
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So let me see if I can.
This is my first host as a Zoom host. There we go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, is that working?
Yeah.
What do you see now? Do you see me or do you see the screen, my screen?
I see your screen, and I have you at the side as
Okay, great. Okay.
Side by side gallery view.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mute. All these different platforms have the slightly different glitches and how they work.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. Was anybody here able to attend the mental health conference we had last week on Thursday? No?
Mental health, where did you have that?
Yeah, we had a CARP Zoomer, I think it was more Zoomer, mental health virtual conference that was held at the Zoomer Media studio downtown.
Oh yeah,
in Liberty Village, and we had I think we had a few thousand hosts. I'd actually like to share that link with everybody here. Maybe I should do that now. It's a very informative 1.5 hours, 1 hour 20 minutes. I had the honor of speaking for about 20 minutes there as well, and we went pretty deep into the pharmacology and scientific rationale of why cannabinoids can be very useful for anxiety and others related symptom management. So if anybody's interested, and there's other very good speakers on that as well, and Opticann did sponsor that event as well. So maybe I'll share the link for that. With whom?
Uma.
Yes.
Because you know we have a lot more members than obviously who are coming on today or at any one point in time. So if you send the link to me and just send it to Scarborough@carp.ca, and it will come to me, then we can include it in our next newsletter so everybody can see it. You know, so there will be thousands of members there. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. All right, are we going to record this session today?
Janine?
Yes, yes, it's recording right now.
Okay, great. All right.
As for your show, yeah, I probably will be able to get access to it, but if you can send the link to Renata and myself, that'd be great too. Thank you.
Yeah, but Janine, you can send it to anybody else. I would just send it.
I'm going to send it right now to Scarborough, the email.
Scarborough members, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Like when we send out newsletters, they just go to our Scarborough members, but they wouldn't go to Barry or anywhere else, you know?
No,
so,
but I can send that out to the rest of the chapters.
Okay, so how many do we have now? So everything's on the small screen now.
We have 13 right now.
You can wait for maybe 2 more minutes and then
yeah, so or maybe I can give my introduction, because basically it's not really anything new for the members. And then if somebody comes in late, what's the time now actually? Then they can just go and join your presentation, you know, which would be the main purpose, obviously. What do you think of that?
Yeah, so we can do,
my
well, we can wait for another minute and while I get this email out to you as well.
Okay, so, all right.
Give me a second here.
Okay, so now I have a blank screen for the middle.
You do? Okay, 1 second.
Yeah,
It's just it's a black box on your PowerPoint.
yeah, so it's gone blank, so.
Okay, I sent that off.
Oh yeah, now it's back. That's Optican, my heritage cannabis, yeah. So you know that I'm really in one of the islands, right?
Looks wonderful.
Well, you know, you could be anyway. Nobody really know.
Well, I'm traveling this afternoon, but unfortunately not going anywhere that warm or beautiful. I'm going to.
So where
I'm
are you going to?
I'm going to Germany this afternoon to talk to some potential partners for the European market.
Where in Germany?
I'm flying to Frankfurt and then I go to Berlin on Thursday.
Berlin, that's where my family is.
Oh, very nice. So I very much love Berlin. It's a beautiful city, lots of arts and some very interesting diversity in terms of culture and arts. And I have a couple of friends who live there as well. So it'll be nice to visit on the weekend and then I'll be heading back. But I think the weather is better there. It's +7 during the day. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take +7 any day.
They had terrible storms. I was talking to them at the weekend, and they had a terrible storm. And I know you might have seen it, the others too, maybe on the news, that the Northern Europe had like a tornado, and all the countries were affected, Southern England and Belgium and Holland and Germany. And in Berlin, it was really bad. Everything was closed down. No trains, no buses. Everybody had to stay home. Everything was canceled. It was really did a lot of damage. And I think they expected another one yesterday or something like this.
Well, I checked the weather last night and they're having a bit of a melt. So during the day,
good.
5 or 7 degrees, so that's good.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So did we want to just get started then?
Yeah, so I start. So I give my 5-minute introduction. So, and whoever comes late, you know, is really interested in what you have to say anyway. Okay.
Thank you.
So officially, hello everybody, and welcome to our first meeting this year. Of course, it still has to be virtual as conditions have not gone back to normal yet. Hopefully, they will keep on improving. We plan to carry on with our usual activities that year. That is, holding our periodic events like today with a speaker on topics of interest to older people, either by Zoom or in person later on, hopefully in the year. If there are any particular topics you are interested in, let us know and we'll see if we can accommodate the topic request. It depends, you know, whether we can get speakers and etc., etc. But all you need to do is send an email to scarborough@carp.ca and it'll come to me. In addition, we'll continue sending out our newsletters. Luckily, we have a new volunteer, Terry. Is Terry online? No. Okay, who has taken over the newsletter function. Thank you, Terry. Marilyn, our current editor, has already trained him on how to use the newsletter program. We'll also continue to support CARP's advocacy work. This year, areas CARP is advocating on are healthcare, long-term care, very powerful advocacy, home support care, and activities to keep seniors active. As far as that letter is concerned, you might remember from our last newsletter that our chapter has applied for a Horizons grant to fund an exercise program for our members to remain physically and mentally active. We would partner with Art Your Service on this one. We should know in a month or two if our application was approved. And I don't know whether some of you might remember that last year, we actually had one of those Zoom events with Art Your Service, and they introduced themselves because they are a partner of CARP. And then we had another one in, I think it was July. We had 1 hour basically of physical exercise. This was actually quite popular with the members. However, having said all that, for today, our topic is medical cannabis. And our speaker is Uma Sayed, whom you have already heard, who presents Optican, who is a partner of CARP. So, Uma Sayed is the president, US and international medical products of Heritage Cannabis, the parent company of Optican. He was the CEO of Optican Inc. previously and Senior VP of Corporate Development at Med Relief Corporation. Mr. Sayed has 20 plus years of leadership in the pharmaceutical and medical cannabis industries, including international corporate strategy for Pharma Science Canada. He was part of the founding team for the first medical cannabis product development company in Canada in 2004, Synapsis Therapeutics, that innovated film strip drug delivery technology for Parkinson's disease. So I don't know about you, but I had to look up what that means, delivery of about a film strip, but it's explained on Google. So that was quite innovative, I got. So Uma will do his presentation, and then there will be a question and answer period. And you can put your questions in the chat box and we can read them afterwards. Janine from CARP National Office is our host today. Thank you, Janine, for doing this. Okay, that was my introduction, Uma, and it's all up to you.
Thank you. Thanks for that very nice introduction, Renat. And so you said a number of things there that would introduce me, of course, and the company that I represent today, and the 17 years of legacy in terms of the work that we've done in this industry. Really are about merging modern medicine with cannabis medicine. And I'll tell you what that really means. We're a scientifically driven, data-driven pharmaceutical company, bringing products that are safe and effective and proven to be safe and effective for the mass market, not just early adopters of medical cannabis that we've seen over the last few years, but really CARP members, Zoomer members, people who can really benefit from these medications, who may have associated this entire area with a stigma in the past, but now we really want to bring the scientific rationale as to what this new class of drugs can do for improving your health and for treating specific diseases and conditions for where there is good scientific rationale. As Renata just said, I have a long history myself, and so do many of my colleagues. We started the first drug development company called Synapsis Therapeutics, or it was called Cannabis Therapeutics in 2004. That was the first cannabinoid drug delivery or product delivery company of its kind in Canada. We were much ahead of our time. So companies such as Canopy and Aurora and others that you may have heard of in the cannabis and the medical cannabis space came 10, 12 years after we started our work in this area. So we're generally considered to be pioneers. And Optican today is a fruit of that work over the last 17 plus years. Most recently, I was at Med Relief, which is a very well-known and successful medical cannabis company here in Toronto, which was acquired by Aurora Cannabis in 2018. And since we've left there, a number of us from Med Relief, who were very much scientifically driven, have medical backgrounds ourselves, have started this company called Opticann. And Opticann, this slide is a bit busy, but what it simply says is, when we look at our products and product development, we look at the scientific rationale and the literature out there and what it supports for specific molecules or active ingredients or cannabinoids for specific indications. We take the right amounts, put them into products with pharmaceutical technology. And what that really means is technology that can help improve the delivery of the drug from that pill, from that topical product, from that film strip, if it's something that you put underneath your tongue, technology in it that will help deliver the drug into the bloodstream as quickly as possible and as completely and efficiently as possible. And that's a really important thing when it comes to medical cannabis. And I'll tell you in a second why that is. And then we do toxicology and safety data. Most of the LPs out there do not do this kind of rigor in making sure the products are safe for all populations, but also quite effective. That is, we do clinical trials in humans to see if the absorption of the active ingredients is happening as we expect. The reason why we do all this is to convince physicians, pharmacists, and consumers, educated consumers, that our products truly do work and are different from anything else that you can buy on the market, either at a dispensary or even by medical prescription from one of our competitors. And that's how we really stand out. And there's, I'll start in the area that I think where there is, and I'm going to talk about two different things today that, and you can ask questions about later as well, but I want to define ahead of time. Scientific rationale is scientific data, for example, research out there showing certain receptors in the body can react to certain molecules and therefore may be useful for specific diseases. That's scientific rationale, scientific data. So that's the basis for which we make our products. Then there's something called clinical evidence. And when you hear the word clinical, that means the product has been tested in humans for a specific reason, either for seeing if the product is being absorbed or whether it is successful in treating specific symptoms or specific diseases. So in the case of CBD, cannabidiol is one of the many different active ingredients in the cannabis plant. And it's one of 80 actually, or over 80 identified. THC and CBD are the most well-known. Unlike THC, CBD does not have the euphoric or dysphoric effects associated or these motor effects associated with THC. So it can be usually taken quite safely by most people and tolerated quite well without any of the sedating side effects or any of the euphoric side effects that people may not want during the day, especially if they want to be able to operate machinery normally or behave or have normal cognitive function. I'm sorry if you hear some background noise there. I'm having some construction downstairs in my house, so don't mind me. It seems to be construction season everywhere. And I'll speak loudly. So CBD for chronic inflammatory pain, not only is there good scientific rationale as to why CBD would work to decrease inflammation, there are clinical trials out there with other products with CBD and THC that show that CBD is very effective in reducing inflammatory pain in conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and other conditions where it can decrease the inflammation and decrease the need for other pain drugs like ibuprofen, NSAIDs, opiates, etc. So that's one area that we know CBD can play an important role in maintaining good health for people who have chronic pain. We also know that CBD can work very effectively for anxiety and PTSD, especially in the veteran population. There is good scientific rationale as to why CBD works, and there is some good clinical data testing CBD in humans to show that CBD was effective at relieving specific types of anxiety disorders. So these are the areas I wanted to concentrate on first when we talk about our products and their potential use by CARP members. This is a slide that I like to bring up because when people think cannabis, obviously think about cannabis joints that are frequently used, mainly by recreational cannabis smoke users, but also by many medical patients. Well, inhaled cannabis, while very effective because it gets a lot of the active drug THC or CBD depending on the strain of cannabis being used. It gets it in quickly into the bloodstream through the lungs. It's just not something that many people consider safe or socially acceptable to be using for healthcare needs. So we focus on anything that does not require inhaling cannabis, but really the pharmaceutical use of these active ingredients, but delivered in a different way, either as an oral capsule, as a strip that goes under the tongue for rapid absorption under the tongue, or topical products that can be used for treating skin conditions or for treating pain conditions in joints, etc. And when I say joint there, I meant, of course, knees or hips or elbows, but not the the cannabis joint itself. We think that the route of administration through the lungs where the cannabis joint is for some people, but the vast majority, 90% plus, will never take a medication using this route of delivery. So then, why doesn't everybody just take oral THC or oral CBD? Well, the problem is that if you just extract one of the active ingredients from the cannabis plant and put them in an oil or a capsule and then administer them, only about 8 or 10% of that dose is absorbed from your stomach or from your small intestine, whereas you get 90% or 80 to 90% absorption through the lung. So you need to administer a lot more to get the similar or same effect. And frequently, the onset of effect is hours, not minutes, because again, it's taking time or being delayed as a result of going through the gut. What we've done at Opticann, using patented technology called Bezisorb and other technologies as well, is we've improved the absorption of these active ingredients, CBD and THC, mainly CBD in our products. We don't use very much THC at all because we believe that highly effective CBD products that get CBD into the bloodstream or into the skin or into the bloodstream through the gut or through the cavity in the mouth quickly can be very effective and a good alternative for inhaling cannabis vapor. So our Bezisorb formulation in our oral capsules is able to deliver 4 times or 400% more CBD than regular CBD capsules that you may find at dispensaries on the shelf. And it can do that 3 times faster. So the time for maximum effect for most oils or capsules out there is about 3 hours. It takes less than an hour for people to feel the maximum effect of our Bezisorb capsules. What that means is you get so much more into the bloodstream that you require fewer pills per day. Frequently 1 or 2 pills per day can relieve chronic pain for many people and or anxiety, depending on how it's being used, making it much more convenient and much more effective at a lower dose. And that's really the difference with what Opticann products will bring versus anybody else on the market. We have, so that's the foundation of the technology we use. And let me just talk about the 6 products we have that will be available on the market. The first 2 products are dermal products that will be available in the market relatively soon, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'll talk about the capsules first, which is the data that I showed you here. Cb4 Relief and Cb4 Relief Tea. Cb4 Relief Tea capsules you can order today if you are registered and with a medical document with opticann.ca. Cb4 Relief Tea capsules will also be available at medical cannabis by shoppers by prescription in the next month or so. However, for CARP members to get their 15% discount currently, you have to come through opticann.ca. So Cb4 Relief Tea capsules have 0.75 milligrams of THC along with 25 milligrams of CBD. That 0.75 milligrams may not seem like a lot, but for people who have never taken THC in the past, it can be quite powerful because it's equivalent to 4 times any regular THC delivery. So remember that graph that I showed you before. The absorption is increased manyfold because of Bezisorb technology. So Cb4 Relief Tea capsules we recommend for chronic pain, for people who require a little bit of THC to help them with pain, and for people with PTSD who may require some THC in the evening to help them sleep. The THC in the Cb4 Relief can cause some sedation, so we generally recommend it for afternoon or evening use when you're at home and not operating a car. Unless, of course, you're used to the using THC in higher doses on a regular basis, then it may not be that, it may not affect you very much. Cb4 Relief capsules on the left there have no THC whatsoever. And they just have a powerful CBD delivered through the Resorb technology and another ingredient called beta-caryophyllene, which both products have. Beta-caryophyllene is a naturally occurring terpene that is also very effective in decreasing inflammation and pain. So these are wonderful products. One capsule can be taken once a day or up to twice a day maximum for help with chronic pain, inflammatory pain, anxiety, especially the THC-free version on the left, and for evening time chronic pain or anxiety use for those people requiring some sedation. The next product I'm going to talk about quickly with you is a wonderful product called Cb4 Control. These are, if you imagine, like tiny Listerine film strips. They taste like Listerine film strips. And they have CBD 6 milligrams and CBD-A, which is a acid form of CBD, which is even more effective at relieving anxiety than CBD, and 4 milligrams of that. This film strip is placed under the tongue. The tongue is placed on top of the film strip. The film strip melts within 5 minutes, and the drug is completely absorbed in your mouth, not in your gut. You don't swallow saliva. You don't swallow the strip itself. It melts in your tongue, under your tongue, in the mouth. We recommend people not speak for the next 5 minutes or so while it melts and absorbs. So what this product essentially does is deliver a very targeted dose of CBD and CBDA to help relieve acute anxiety. That is the first and foremost use of this product. What the secondary use for this is for those people using CBD for chronic pain who may have some breakthrough pain because they're going to go for a long walk and have osteoarthritis. They can take a booster dose of this CBD under their tongue before they go for the walk to help relieve any inflammation that may occur as a result of that exercise. So primary use for anxiety, secondary use to help boost the dose of CBD when you have some exercise or some other activity you're going to be undertaking that may cause some more inflammation or pain. Now I'll talk about the topical products, and we're very proud of the first product on the left, Cb4 Relief. This is our topical analgesic product, and many of you may be familiar with products such as Voltaren and Emugel, and even some of the over-the-counter products that have been around for a while, like Rub A535 and even Bengay, which are topical aspirin and topical diclofenac, which is a anti-inflammatory drug that's available as an oral drug, but also as a topical. Those products are effective, but we believe Cb4 Relief, with our technology built into it, along with CBD and beta-caryophyllene, are highly effective as topical drugs for relief of localized joint pain throughout the body. This is right now under a different brand, the top selling topical analgesic product by prescription at Shoppers Drug Mart. It is extremely popular because it is extremely effective. It can start working within 5 to 10 minutes and can last up to 10 hours or more. So you don't need very much of it, and it's highly effective, and does not obviously have some of the side effects associated with pills like ibuprofen and Indocid and naproxen that people may be taking for pain or arthritis management. You can apply this topically and get that very effective pain relief, specifically if your pain is localized to specific joints that you're treating. We actually have data where we compare our Cb4 Relief to other topical products with CBD. We put them on a transmembrane cell to see how much absorption would occur across the skin. And as you can see in that graph, we have far more absorption with Cb4 Relief than with any of the then competitor products in through the skin. That's why it's so effective, and that's why it works so quickly and lasts so long. Two other products we're very excited about talking about to you today, because we're launching them essentially this week. They've been in development and in production for the last few months, in development for the last few years. Cb4 Derma for psoriasis and eczema. You'll be seeing a CARP e-blast in a couple of days about this product, speaking about the science and the rationale behind why CBD can help decrease skin turnover and inflammation. This also has colloidal oatmeal that can help soothe the skin as well. And the last one is Cb4 Clear, which is quite effective for reducing acne and can induce wound healing in patients, in people who have frequent dermabrasions. Both of these products will be available on the market in the next few days, and can be ordered again at opticann.ca. Cb4 Derma, I would like to say, if anybody there has eczema or psoriasis and uses local hydrocortisone or some other dermavate or some other topical steroid, this is a fantastic alternative because Cb4 Derma will not thin your skin, will not change the skin quality over time, and can be quite effective in managing the itch and the scaliness and redness associated with the psoriasis and eczema. And people who use it frequently can find it a very good alternative to topical steroids, and are quite happy with just using this product versus anything else that's on the market by prescription or OTC. This brings me to the last slide, and then I'd love to open this up to questions from anybody in the audience. How do you get these products? Well, you have to go to opticann.ca and register as a patient. And on there, it will also show you the process by which you get a medical document or a prescription. You can either have your physician, your own family physician, or your primary caregiver fax us a prescription, a medical document, which can be downloaded from opticann.ca. They can fill that out and send it in. Or if it's more convenient, you can click on Relief Therapeutics, which is our telemedicine platform. We will pay for your medical assessment by a physician or nurse practitioner of Relief Therapeutics. We will pay for it, and they will then assess you and get you a medical document so you can buy one or many of the products that are available, or all 6 of them that are available online. Once you have your registration and your medical document complete, you get an email. It allows you to go on and have your CARP member obviously entered as part of your registration. You automatically get your 15% discount. And currently, right now until the end of the month, you also get free delivery of the product to your house. So it's a great time to get registered. It's a great time to try our products. We'll have 5 out of 6 products will be available this month. The last product that will be available in the next couple of months, we've had some unfortunate production delays. To be very honest with you, but we're very excited finally to have the product, which would be Cb4 Relief capsules without any THC whatsoever, which can be used for daytime anxiety and chronic pain relief. And we'll be sending out an excited e-blast on that and how its use of that product, hopefully by the end of March or beginning of April, when that will be available. And that is about the end of my conversation. I usually time it to about 20 minutes. I think I might be 5 minutes over. But I open it up to questions from anybody in the audience.
Okay.
So,
Renata, you'll do it. Okay.
no, let's go ahead. Was there a question? Go ahead.
Well, there's 2 questions in the chat box. One is Cb4 Relief good for other areas other than joints?
Okay, so Cb4 Relief, the capsules, are a general anti-inflammatory. Okay, so if you have inflammatory pain anywhere, for example, some people with Crohn's disease, which is inflammation of the bowel, can really benefit from Cb4 Relief. So good question. Because it's a general anti-inflammatory, it can work on pain in other areas of the body as well, as long as that pain is from inflammation associated with some injury or some other underlying medical condition. So it's not a pain reliever itself, it's an anti-inflammatory.
So I asked that question, Beverly here,
Okay,
and I have spinal stenosis, so I have more nerve pain running down my leg. So that wouldn't really be a good thing for that.
No, it wouldn't be great for that.
Okay,
So it's a good question. With pinched nerves, you have a very different source of pain. Now, if you have pinched nerves and as a result, you've had some injury happening to some of your joints because you've been using your leg or hip improperly to compensate, you may find that Cb4 Relief is very effective for that secondary pain. But that primary pain of the nerve damage or the pinched nerve, no, CBD is not for that.
Okay. The other question in the box is also for me. I'll just ask it. I already have a prescription from Med Relief and from Shoppers Drug Mart for cannabis I've been using, but I would like to try one of your products.
Yes.
So would I move that over, or would I
Yeah, I think
transfer?
the easiest thing by far is just to have either your doctor send us a new medical document by fax, or even easier, make an appointment on our website with Relief Therapeutics. They will do a quick 15-minute assessment and get you a medical document, a new one with us, and then you're on your way.
Okay. And do you know the cost of the Med Relief tea?
Med Relief tea.
Yeah, the one with the CBD and the THC, the
Yeah,
tablets.
so yeah, I believe what you're referring to is the Abidecal capsules. And I believe they are about the same price as our capsules, except of course they're not, our capsules are 4 times as potent because of the technology I told you about.
No, I know, but you called it CBD4 Relief Tea with
No,
20.
Cb4 Relief tea. Sorry, yeah, our product is Cb4 Relief tea. Yeah, our price is $89.99 for 30 capsules.
Okay.
After your discount, that'll be down to essentially 70 some dollars.
Okay.
And again, I do tell everybody this, because they're far more potent, you need less of them. So just take 1 capsule a day at first to see what kind of relief you get, and up to 1 capsule twice a day. You will most people never need a dose higher than that.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Are there any more questions? I can't see anything in the chat.
I have another question.
Okay.
Do you know, Umar, do you know anything about CBD and how it affects migraines?
Yeah, so another good question. So the role of CBD in migraines is a little bit of a gray area and a little bit of an unknown. I'll tell you why. Because CBD, given acutely, can decrease some of the inflammatory reaction that happens after a migraine begins, it can help dull the pain. So a migraine typically is a constriction of blood vessels, then following a dilation of the blood vessels, and you get some inflammation around the blood vessels that causes the sustained pain over time. You get, in a migraine, typically get the prodrome effect, when you know the migraine's coming on. That's a constriction of the blood vessels, and then the actual pain, which is usually a throbbing pain that can be afterwards, and that's the inflamed part. Now, for that inflamed part, if you are able to use, for example, our Cb4 Control film strips, at the time of when you feel this migraine coming on, you may be able to dull the inflammatory part right afterwards and decrease the migraine effect, okay?
Right.
But it will not prevent the migraine from happening, whatever the trigger is. I can't help, the CBD will not help with that. And if you take the film strip, for example, too far in, like an hour in after you've had the
It
throbbing
doesn't
pain,
work.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna work. So it's a very narrow window.
Right. Well, I have migraine medicine for that, but my migraine doctor says that cannabis can create an onset migraine.
Yeah,
But
well, it can, but that's more with THC. It's not so much with CBD.
okay.
Yeah, because THC has varying effects on people with regards to their blood vessels. It can cause
Okay.
hypertension, hypotension. That's why it's a more risky. CBD, on the other hand, it does not necessarily.
Okay.
So, Beverly, if you wanted to try our film strips, in case at the same time you would take your Zomeg or whatever else you're taking, right after that you try the film strip, it may help additively decrease some of the migraine pain.
I'm more concerned with the nerve pain, taking the CBD tablets regularly causing a migraine, but that's great.
No,
Thank you.
those capsules will not cause your migraine. There's
Okay.
not enough THC in there.
Either one of them.
Neither one of them. No.
Okay.
No, neither one of them. Well,
Great.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, I either did too good a job explaining, or I've lost you all and you're sleeping.
No, Okay.
Look, we're very excited about these products, mainly because Moses Neimer and I have been working on this project to bring safe and effective medical cannabis products to the market for over 17 years. Moses was on the board of Cannasat Synapsis Therapeutics way back when. He's a very adamant and supporter of what we're doing now. I consider this not so much of a business as I do consider it advocacy work to bring safe and effective alternatives to traditional pharmaceuticals for many people out there. Ever since we've had Celebrex and Vioxx taken essentially off the market, there have been very few alternatives aside from ibuprofen, naproxen, etc., the NSAIDs for chronic arthritic pain for many people over the age of 50. Those drugs can cause a lot of side effects in the stomach, GI bleeds, etc. And of course, the opiates are the other nasty alternative for really severe pain. We have, for the first time, with Cb4 Relief capsules that can be used to help manage the pain without having to go to much harsher doses of the ibuprofen, naproxen type drugs, or having to go to opiates, which can really have some debilitating side effects. So if you think about this is a good alternative for many of you out there who may have chronic pain or people you know. Thank you for the nice comments. I see them on the chat. Renata, if there are no other questions right now, feel free. You saw my email. It's right there on the screen. Happy to take any questions by email from anybody. And to contact me directly, I have no problem whatsoever. It may take a day or so to respond, so please be patient. But I will get back. We would love for anyone in need to try our products. And if there's anything we can do to help provide you more support, our patient care center is very well trained and can guide you further.
Okay, well, thank you, Uma, for an interesting presentation. And I'm glad that whoever had a question could get their questions answered. But it's also good that people can maybe send you a question afterwards, because you know what sometimes happens. You don't really have a question right now, but the moment you go off the line, you say, oh, gee, I should have asked that. So that would take care of that.
Yep. So yeah, I encourage everybody to write down my email, and please do feel free to contact me. And please do tell your other CARP members about Opticann and what we have to offer. And Renata, if you want to talk to any of the other CARP leaders, chapter leaders, we're happy to talk to everybody like this in an informal presentation.
Okay, and if it was recorded, can we send it to the rest of our members?
Absolutely. If it was,
Okay.
you can send it and you make it available. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
once it's recorded, I mean the edit's done, I will send it to Renata, and she can send it out to everyone else who wants a copy.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can just include it again in our newsletter together with the other link that you mentioned before, and then whoever wants to click on it can click on it, you know, and listen to it.
Absolutely. Somebody was asking me if the presentation will be available afterwards in the form of the video. Yes, please go ahead and review that whenever you like. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody anything else that you have chance for today to ask, or can we assume that it will be finished then?
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for coming and
Okay.
participating.
Take care, everybody. Have a good week.
And you have a good trip. Okay, Uma?
Thank you.
Have a safe trip. Thank you for
very
the
much.
presentation.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thanks for the presentation. That was quite interesting.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Saying, but not the slideshow.
Janine, we can stay online for a while. And
Jennifer is asking, will this presentation be available afterwards, but not the slideshow?
Sorry, what was that? The slide? Sorry, would you say that again?
Jennifer in the chat asked, will this presentation be available afterward, but not the slideshow? The slideshow is in the presentation, in the video that's been recorded. Are you still there, Jennifer?
Jennifer? Does it answer your question?
I think she's gone.
Yeah,
No,
she's muted. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, if
Sorry, I
if
was
the slideshow
muted.
would show it.
Sorry, what I was asking is if the PowerPoint presentation would be available afterwards.
Oh, not the video, but the PowerPoint.
Yes, that's what I wanted to know, if that PowerPoint presentation would be available. Because there's a lot of interesting stuff in the PowerPoint.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should have asked Uma that. Well,
could-
I
So
mean,
that's
if
what
it-
I
if
meant
it's-
by the presentation, when I asked the question, would the presentation be available? And he said yes, but then Janine said the
No,
video would be available.
yeah, I think he probably understood it to be like the whole video, the whole presentation that we saw. So whatever he presented with the video, with the PowerPoint, should be on the Zoom recording. But I'll double check, and if it's not on the recording, I will send him an email and ask him to send just the PowerPoint presentation.
Because the PowerPoint was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Josephine. It's been a long time since we had lunches.
A long time. Yes, 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 yes. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, eh?
Hopefully.
Renata look like she's having a good time in the sunny wherever she is.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a swim later on.
Her backdrop.
Oh dear, oh dear. I know that's. I'm so jealous. I was talking to a group this morning from my island in St. Kitts. We meet every Tuesday morning. It's a seniors group at the Moravian in St. Kitts. So we meet every Tuesday morning, and there they are fanning themselves because it's so hot, and I'm here saying it's cold and it's snowing outside or something like that. Anyway, it won't last. It won't last. We'll get our sunshine soon.
Yeah, one of those days we go back to normal.
We have variety. We have variety.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did you guys think of the presentation? Was it useful to you?
Oh yeah, it was quite good. I wasn't sure I wanted to, but after listening to it and the different products they have, yeah, quite interesting. Yeah.
It is, and lots of people are afraid of the word cannabis.
That's true.
They're afraid that they're
Yeah.
going to become an addict.
Yes. Yes.
But particularly what he's saying is that the CBD doesn't have that euphoric effect. So
Mhm.
it is medicinal, and there are people that really benefit from it. I have a relative that won't try it because of that, and he needs it, and he just won't go there.
The speakers last week overall was quite good on that as well. Show the difference between the CBD and the THC, right?
What speaker?
The Zoomer.
Oh,
had-
that's the one that he referred to. Yeah. Okay. So
that-
I didn't participate in this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was quite good. They talk about the difference between both.
Yeah. So he said he would send me the link. So we'll send it out with our newsletter. So, you know.
And I'm going to love you guys and leave you, and
Okay.
hopefully we'll meet in person sometime. Steve and Roberta,
Yeah.
hello and goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Enjoy
nice to see you.
Enjoy the sun.
Okay. Bye. Have a good day. Jeannie, stay on. Yeah.
Yep.
Have a good day. Yeah. Bye-bye.
I'm not getting out.
Okay. So it went okay.
Yeah.
So that was your first try, and so you know have a better idea now. So
Mm-hmm.
so who does it normally? I guess is Anthony who's doing it normally, or I guess it depends.
Well, no, I think what it would be is that I would give you the link to Zoom, and you would be the host. You would set up the meeting in the Zoom website. So
I don't know how to do it.
yeah,
But-
you'd have to sign on to Zoom. I could send you the instructions with the password, so you can sign up if you want to do the next one yourself.
Okay, I'll see. This is the first time that the speaker was not the host. Up to
Right.
now, But I mean, I guess in his case, I guess he has a secretary if he's a CEO. But you
It
know
doesn't
how
look like
difficult
it.
how difficult it was to get in touch with him. So
Yeah.
I guess he's a very busy person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, normally they set it up like all the others that we had, either outside, but especially if they are government agencies, you know, they have
Oh,
their
yeah.
own. And but even all the other partners of CARP that we had before, we had quite a few, they set it up,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
so, and then I don't have to worry about it, you know, but
Well,
but
we
you
live
see,
and learn.
yeah, but I didn't know how many people would come on. I kind of have the feeling that maybe because I got phone calls, I don't know whether you heard the phone ring in the background. So I might have some messages to say they were trying to get on and couldn't get back on or something like this,
Oh,
you know.
okay,
So
yeah,
we'll see if we hear something.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
how
let me
much-
know. And yeah, if you need to set one up again, let me know. Hopefully I'll be better at it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, like you said, yeah, all of the other Zoom meetings I've ever attended, I've always been the observer, never, somebody
Yeah,
else has
yeah.
already organized it. So yeah, hopefully the next one, if we have another one, we'll
Yeah,
have it
if I
work
need
out better.
to, because I mean, it's good to try it out. Everything went
Mhm.
okay today.
How do,
So
how
if
do
it
you
ever happens again that the speaker won't host it, because we never know beforehand how many will participate, you know.
right, right. How do you have your executive board meetings?
Well, I set it up by Zoom, but we are only 8 or 9 people, so I mean that's no problem.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it's just I don't know beforehand. Will I have 50, 60, 100? I mean, you know,
right.
and I thought we would have a lot more, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to see whether I hear any feedback that people were trying to get on. You know what happened to us when we tried to get on first?
Yeah.
Whether that was the reason or whether maybe
Yeah,
because
one of the
CARP
other
had,
ladies said the same thing. She saw that the host was in another meeting, which I couldn't get out of, but
yeah. But you know, it could also be that they have listened to other meetings before because CARP had apparently quite a few on it. So it could also be, you know.
yeah,
He was-
well, he spoke at the AGM on the 10th,
yes.
and I don't know if that's what he was referring to or if he was referring to an actual Zoomer show.
But I think he was.
Maybe the Zoomer
Well,
show.
what were you referring to with the link that you're going to send me? What was that? You said you were going to send me a link about.
Oh, I'm gonna see if if what Umar was talking about was the actual Zoomer show that ran on Vision TV.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this is. I didn't participate there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it either. I think that might be what he's talking, because like I said, on the 10th,
Yeah.
I think he gave a little bit of a presentation. at
He
the
did. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah. I
Mhm.
can't remember what he said, but probably
Yeah.
very similar to what he said today. You know.
Yeah, because that's how we got back in touch with him to get in touch with you to get it sorted.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well,
Alright.
is there anything else we should? If not, you just give me a call. But thanks for doing it. It's appreciated.
thanks. Yeah, thanks for your patience. No problem.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
you take care. Who's that just signed on, Dobrilla?
Number 1. Who's number 1? Who's it? Number 1? I or what is this one? Oh, Dobrilla. Oh. Well, it would be a little bit late.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta wait for everybody else to get off before I can stop.
I know you can say end meeting for all.
Yeah.